Hello guys, it's me Richard or Maximum Power 20 again, bringing you guys a commentary from Black Ops 2. Um, this is by no means a good game. I didn't do good here by any stretch of the imagination, but I did go positive. My team did lose, but you know what? Fuck it. This is as good as I can do. So I'm gonna post it. See what you guys think. I'm definitely open for any kind of strategies or anything I could do better that you guys can see that I can do better. Please let me know. I would love to get better at this game. I really miss being good at Call of Duty. I haven't really been good since Modern Warfare 1. That's kind of the last time I was even remotely good. But pretty much, I want to talk to you guys about today was I want to talk to you guys about my ex and the relationship that I had with her, and we just recently broke up after being together for 6 years. So it's I have some pretty good perspective now, especially after how our relationship went. We were definitely on and off, and we just recently broke up for the last time, I guess, for the for the third, I believe, the third and final time, and I don't think we'll be getting back together. Definitely not. But pretty much, me and her, we met in high school. We met, I think it was sophomore year. I met her, actually, funny thing, I met her through my best friend at the time. His name is Davis. He's actually his sister, and at the time, I think I was 16 or 17. I didn't know the first thing about talking to girls, and when me and her even started talking, I had no idea that she liked me, and go figure, the entire time she actually liked me. I didn't know. I didn't know how to approach her. I didn't know how to even begin talking to her in that kind of way. But anyways, I remember the first time that we actually started to date and started to date. We were at a friend of mine's house. His name's Danny, and we the way we kind of initiated everything, or the way I initiated it, was we would write notes to each other. It was really weird. We wrote notes on a black piece of paper with like a highlighter, a magic marker, just writing nonsense back and forth to each other. I guess back then that was how I hit on girls, but I'm a pretty big fucking loser, so not a big deal. But anyways, that's how it all started. 6 7 years ago, back in high school. That's how me and her came to fruition. Me and her, after that, we briefly talked, just as friends, and then we started talking more and more. It started to become a thing where we would talk every night on the phone till like 1 in the morning, and I could honestly say at that point that I knew that we were gonna get together. She definitely saw me at that point like a boyfriend, and I definitely saw her as a girlfriend. But one thing about her was she's almost like a man baby, if that makes any sense. Even now, she's very very childlike. And not to say that I found that sex or anything. I'm not no pedophile, but a lot of things that she did, she acted like a little baby. She had a very short temper. She didn't really take many things serious. She barely took us serious, as a matter of fact, for the first month. She actually broke up with me for in like the first week because she was scared that everything was becoming too serious. Funny enough, I wasn't even under the impression we were together, but hey, she broke up with me before even asking me out or us even be together. It became a thing where we were a couple. No formal thing of us asking each other out, or should be boyfriend and girlfriend. Just started kissing, and that was it. But yeah, after that whole period at the beginning of her not really taking us serious and not really wanting to be with anyone, just because she wasn't sure what a real relationship would be like, we she eventually got over that, and we finally got back together for real. After that, it was things were definitely real. We started going out on dates. We started hanging out with each other more and more, spending more time together, and things were good. Things were good for a really long time, and when I say really long time, I mean 4 or 5 years. So she really did. Um, she really did love me, and like I said, that I really did love her for a long, long time. And even though a lot of people say that's it's like your first girlfriend, you don't really know what love is or anything like that. And maybe I didn't. Maybe I was stupid, and maybe that wasn't really love. But I knew for a fact that I wanted her around all the time. So I knew for a fact that she was someone that when I was sick, when I wasn't sick, when I was busy, when I was playing video games, there would be times where I would want her just next to me. I would be doing something that wasn't even didn't even involve her, and I just want her next to me just to have her, just because of her energy. If you definitely felt like it was more than just a physical thing, and I guess that's what love is when it's more than just a physical thing. It's like an energy thing. I'm going into my little Zen thing here, but I felt like our energy, we had very compatible energy. Um, I felt like me and her had something special for sure. Then again, of course, I didn't really know what was and what wasn't special back then. I guess you could say I was a kid, but at that point, she was there with me when I got my first car. She was there with me when I had my first, a lot of things, a lot of my firsts. She was there with me for that, and I definitely feel that's what grew us, what made us closer, and what grew us closer together. And a lot of people probably can vouch for that. Their first is something that no matter who else you really meet in your life and who else you really go out with and date, it's always your first. You go back and you think to yourself, wow, I was so much more different back then, and things were way different back then, and I can't believe some of the things that I put up with. Back then when I didn't know anything about relationships, or back then when I didn't know anything um, about what a real relationship takes to keep one afloat. Um, but I definitely loved her, and I don't really want to go too much into details as far as to when things started going bad or where things started to fall apart. But we we you could I guess you could say we at one point started drifting apart, but she definitely kind of initiated that as far as um, being faithful to me. She wasn't promiscuous as such, but she was very very flirty, and she liked attention a lot. She was definitely an attention seeker, and even if it wasn't for anything serious, she liked to have guys and people around her that would give her attention. She liked to have someone always there, to make her feel comforted, to make her feel safe. And when I wasn't there, she would seek that out other ways. Not saying she was a slut or anything, just saying she had no problem finding someone else to make her feel good. But as time grew, I found out about these things, and I found out about what she was doing behind my back, and people she was talking to, and things she was saying, and then that made me pretty angry. And as it you would imagine, it would make anybody else angry, finding out that your girlfriend of like 4 years doesn't think you're enough. She doesn't think that um, you're enough to keep her happy or make her happy. She has to start finding other ways and finding other people to comfort her. So that's kind of when the boat sailed. And we were definitely on the boat together, but she threw me off before the end of the boat, aka the relationship, and things just got worse. As far as trust issues go, I didn't trust her anymore, and then she began not to trust me, and she didn't really care about keeping everything true to each other, keeping everything. Uh, I guess keeping everything the way a real relationship should be, as far as when you're in love, and maybe you could say we weren't in love at that point. I definitely felt like it was love, and I know there's points where she would talk to me, and she would say, I know that you're my first, and I know that this is something that most people would say is it's not true love, but I feel like it is, and I do love you, and I do want to spend all my time with you. So a lot of moments where I felt like it was real, and I know she did as well. But then we just naturally drifted apart. She after high school, she went away for college to Orlando. She goes to UCF now, and she's starting to be a teacher. And I remember at first I was so bummed about it. I did not want her to leave. Even at that point we were fighting so much. I knew I still definitely loved her, and I I cried my eyes out when she told me she was leaving, and then when she told me she was leaving for 2 years, I was ready to kill myself. I was like, "Fuck this! I'm out. I'm done with this." And we actually tried for a while to do the whole long distance thing, and didn't work out as you'd expect. And as much as she wanted for everything to be normal and to act and to pretend like we weren't so far apart, it's really hard being 300 miles away from each other and only seeing each other only talking to each other over the phone, and very um, not seeing each other very very much to keep something going like that, especially when you guys are used to seeing each other every day for like 4 years. But we were on and off throughout that period. We weren't really a true couple, you could say. We weren't really something you guys would say. You could see them getting married, or you could see us being together years from now. We weren't. You could definitely tell we weren't going to last, and I think she knew that at one point. She definitely thought that the long distance thing was not working, even though she wanted to make it work. But it wasn't going to work. I knew it wasn't. I wanted to, just because I loved her so much, and I tried really hard, but I knew it was never going to work. Um, but anyways, we were on and off for about a year and a half. We were on and off. So there would be times where we were together, we weren't together, but things between us would never change. We would still have sex. We would still talk to each other every day. We would still say all those things couples say to each other, as far as I love you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I want to do all those things and all those cool things that I guess high school sweethearts say to each other when they're still together after high school. But things didn't work out, as you can tell. After that year and a half period of being on and off, about a year and a half period of being on and off, and everything kind of going downhill, things finally crashed. Things finally stopped completely. It became it went to a point where we stopped talking completely, where she wouldn't text me, I wouldn't text her, we wouldn't call or talk to each other at all. It was just, you know, 2 month. It would be 2 month periods in between where I would talk to her, and then that would be it. I wouldn't talk to her again. Her excuses were always, I'm busy with school and I have a lot of things going on right now. But unfortunately, I kind of feel, at least you guys tell me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure that if you love someone, you would make time to talk to them, and it was incredibly clear at that point she didn't love me anymore, and it was just time to move on. Um, I knew it then. Maybe I was desperate to hold on to what we had, and I still tried to keep in contact with her, but things after that just drifted, and that's it. And we are where we here we are again now, and she recently started calling me again and talking to me, and she's telling me how much she misses me and stuff like that. So I could definitely tell that she still thinks about me, and I definitely still think about her. But things will never be the same. She's definitely kind of lost my interest, lost all the trust and everything that we built. So, but yeah, tell me what you guys think. Was I in the wrong? Was I being unrealistic? In this relationship, do you guys think that we're gonna last? Regardless, tell me what you guys thought. Please rate, comment, subscribe if you guys like my video, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.